Back again. We are back.
14? Let's go, Jersey guy, number guy. Who is it?
I don't fucking know. Ryan Fitzpatrick episode.
Stephon Diggs.
Stephon Diggs episode,
That's all
baby. Yeah, I don't have any other 14s. Kind of a bad number.
Doing this show is a lot more fun when you have a good week. Let me tell you.
Did we have a good week?
We had a good week. Anything above 500 in the NFL, winners. We tried telling you.
Why would you listen to anything else?
We tried telling you.
If you want winners, if you want the right picks to pick, like, comment, subscribe, follow on Twitter, follow on Instagram, smash that bell icon so you know when all these videos go live. How do we do, Wes?
I went 10-6. Excellent week. About as good as you're ever going to do. And you went 9-7. Another winner. Another winning week.
We're both playoff teams.
It moved us both over 500 for the combined 3 weeks. We both advanced in Survivor. My super lock was a winner.
If you didn't pick the Broncos and you didn't make it,
we'll get to it later. There's another pick. Just take the free one.
Mm-hmm.
Folks.
Unless you're in a group of like 5,000 people or like 1,000 people and you're like, well, maybe we could just knock a bunch of people out.
Even then, just
because
like,
there's other ones. If you're in a group of like 1,000, maybe
there'll be another week to pick them off.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
We're referring to the Bills. They're an astronomical favorite. But yeah, we both advanced in Survivor. My super lock got my first win of the year in super locks, and I 1-2.
Took the L. My Raiders.
And you took your first L.
Got really close, though.
Yeah, lost by the hook.
Yeah,
hate to see that.
You know, gambling, sometimes they'll give you like half back and be like, you almost got us.
It's like they're always so close on these lines. Like these
fishy.
These half points.
Rigged.
These half points, I tell you. They always come into play.
Rigged.
You want to get into the week?
I had a traumatic experience with a rat today.
Story time. Go ahead.
So we have a little right here, as you can see that I'm pointing behind me. There's a little screen door and a little awning. And so we usually will set our trash out there before we take it down the steps into the dumpster because we're lazy bags of shit, as you do.
I have a bad knee. All right?
Wes got a bad knee.
I got those stairs are
It's a lot of stairs.
It's a trek. It's a lot of stairs.
It's a lot of stairs. It's narrow. It's claustrophobic. It smells bad.
It's rickety.
It's rickety.
And
much like
rusted.
Wes. It's rickety. So today I went out there to take the bags. I picked them up. Much to my surprise, one of the bags started moving.
New friends.
Usually what's in the garbage, inanimate, does not move.
If you see a rat, kill it. It's not a pet.
Rat, I saw gray, threw both the... I eked like a woman.
I
swear to God, I went, both bags in the air, chucked them down the stairs. The rat, out of the bag, goes flying in the air, slaps its back on the fucking ground. I mean, it's probably, how far does that fall? 15 feet?
Yeah.
10, 15 feet?
15 for sure.
Gets up, scurries, no idea where it's at now. So every time I go down there to take the trash out, I'll just know that I knew in my head, I was like, they're down here, but I never saw them.
Folks, we live in
but
Chicago.
Now I know.
We live in Chicago. In the back alleys where dumpsters are, I got bad news for you. There's rats back there.
But you know, when you never see them, it's like, as long as I don't see them, it's not real. Now I know. Every time I go down there, I was fucked up for like half the day. I was like,
why are you such a bitch?
Oh my God. Like snakes, whatever. I hate mice and rats. I do not like them.
There's probably some sort of security or some camera somewhere out there. That would be golden.
I mean, that was the noise. Bags in the air, rat. I mean, that rat had to have fallen 25 feet as high as it was in the air. I mean, by the time it hit the ground, it was literally gone. Scurried so fast.
Was it big? Or was it a normal? Not a mouse, but it was like a rat. Like
not a mouse. It was, it would have been a handful to pick up. Not
but you
like
would know because you picked it up.
Fuck no, I didn't. So, fuck that. Hated that.
Yeah.
Bad start or bad middle of the week, I guess. Not a good omen.
Hump day's tough for all of us.
Fuck. Yuck.
We're recording this Wednesday night. It'll be out Thursday morning for the Thursday night game. Let's get to the Thursday night game.
Let's talk football.
Talk about stinky, ugly rats.
Let's get some rat lines.
We got an ugly rat game on Thursday.
Yeah. Dude, so we got back-to-back number one overall draft pick quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Those guys are always on good teams.
Great storyline, NFL. You nailed it. Jacksonville travels to Cincinnati. Cincinnati, a home favorite of 7.5 points. The total is 46. At the time of this recording, about 65% of the money is on the home Cincinnati Bengals. I don't have a ton of analysis here. Jacksonville just sucks. The hook, it hurts.
The hook hurts. The Bengals aren't particularly good, although they've looked pretty solid their first 3 weeks. They've looked, like they could maybe vie for a playoff spot at the end of the year. I don't expect them to get a playoff spot, but, they've got good players. They've got a pretty solid team. The Jaguars fucking suck. I don't really care what the numbers of the Jaguars. I just can't in good faith ever pick them. They've not shown me
last
anything.
week they had a 109-yard kick return for a touchdown, and they still didn't cover.
Yeah. I mean, they are so bad. They and the Jets basically aren't NFL teams.
Yeah, and it looks like T. Higgins isn't going to play, and I think their safety as well is not going to play for Cincinnati. But I don't know if I care.
Yeah, 46 is the. I mean, this game is gonna fucking suck.
Yeah.
Unless it gets really weird and like it's fun in a bad way.
Yeah.
It's probably just gonna fucking suck. It's probably gonna be like 17-3.
Yeah.
21-7.
Cincinnati on the season is 2-1. Jacksonville on the season against the spread 2-1. Against the spread, Jacksonville is 0-3. I'm not gonna take the points with Jacksonville. I think they're bottom 2-3 teams in the league. I don't love it. It could be
not a game that I feel good about betting.
Honestly, if you want to get real fishy and gross, maybe just tease it with some other stuff this weekend.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not going to bet 7.5 though.
Yeah, I don't hate just like buying down and buying the point, or buying the half point either. Yeah, it's a nice tease spot with some of this other stuff, or if you like the college football game on Thursday, maybe. I don't even know what the line in that game is.
I think there's a game Thursday and Friday. Maybe look at that.
Virginia, Miami, I believe, on Thursday.
Yeah.
Those teams.
But yeah, it's a nice spot. Tease through 7 and 3. Something to look at. I don't think 7.5 is something I'm going to bet. We can move on. This game stinks. We can move to Sunday. Indianapolis travels to Miami. Miami is a 2-point favorite. The total is 42.5. Probably one of the lowest totals of the week, I would think.
It appears to be,
it's gotta be close.
Second lowest. There's two.
Okay, Miami is
2 are tied for the lowest.
Miami's getting a little bit over 50% of the money right now, so pretty even split there. They're 2-1 against the spread this season. The Colts are 1-2, but against the spread, but winless so far on the season. How are we feeling?
I like Indy to get their first win in this spot. I think.
Really? Okay. Go on.
It's a gut thing. I don't know why particularly.
Just need it. Hungry dog runs faster.
Yeah, I think they're in a spot where you're desperately in need of a win. Frank Reich is in need of a win. They're going to be pulling out all the stops. And like I said, they've looked bad, not terrible. They're the best 0-3 team. We keep saying that as a joke, but it does kind of mean something.
What a badge.
And it's not like Miami's looked great in any of their games. Miami's offense is pretty disgusting bad, not disgusting good. They
Brissett,
just got shut out.
Brissett. Well, that was kind of a shell-shocked. Tua went down. Bills just get right and just hammer them.
Sure, but no good team gets beat 35-0.
They just took Oakland to overtime. We think they're good.
Yeah,
with Brissett on the road.
Yeah,
I like Miami. I kind of like Miami a lot here.
I'm gonna go Indy. I don't really know why. Maybe I'm just not seeing the board very well. Maybe this is the week that the books get to me. But I'm going to take Indy.
I'll take Brissett, even though they moved on from him. Revenge game. Even though they moved on from him. I'll take Brissett over a hobbled Carson Wentz. That guy sucks.
Yeah, Brissett.
Better coach, I think they'll be better prepared. I like their defense pretty good amount. I'll take the home team. I'll take Miami.
Numbers 2, give me Indy.
Fair enough. Houston travels to the Ralph. Yikes. 16.5 point favorite. It's come down. It's come down from 17.5. It's now 16.5 in favor of the Buffalo Bills. Money count is about even at the time of this. Houston, been sneaky competitive.
This feels disrespectful.
2-1 against the spread.
This feels disrespectful. Granted, Buffalo's been beating the absolute
Davis Mills,
fuck
dude.
out of everyone they're playing.
Davis Mills.
I understand that. Man, this is about as big of a line I've ever seen in an NFL game.
Yeah,
It's close.
I think I've seen some other upper teens, but this doesn't happen a lot in the NFL.
No. More than 2 scores is almost unheard of.
Having said that, I'm laying the wood. Laying the wood. Give me the Bills.
Boy, Davis Mills is not an NFL quarterback.
Bad.
He's not good at all.
They're right. They're fine. Throw out that Steelers game in week 1. We're gonna look back at that in like week 10 or 11 and be like, what the hell? What was this? The Steelers are 2-8.
Yeah.
Well, how did they lose, or how did they beat how did they beat the Bills?
That's basically. I'm already there almost. I'm already like that. Basically, didn't even happen. This number the total feels low for it being 16.5. The total being 47. I mean, it basically.
I don't know how Houston moves the ball.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think. I wonder what their team total is. I don't know how they score 10 or 14 points in this game. And it's not like the total's like 40 or anything. It's in the upper 40s. It's 47 right now.
Yeah.
Not going to bet it because obviously it's a ton of points in the NFL. But for the purpose of this,
again,
picking it,
maybe tease it.
I don't know. Yeah, maybe. Probably won't do that either. But for the
Tease
purpose of the
Houston?
show, I will. I don't even know. I guess they'll probably let you do that. Sometimes they won't.
Yeah,
Either way, I'll take the Bills.
Yeah, I don't like it, but my brain, I have to take the Bills.
The first meaningful game of the slate.
Noon.
Probably.
Noon's looking kind of yucky.
Carolina, undefeated against the spread, and on the record goes to also undefeated against the spread. Dallas laying. When I first saw this, I thought it was kind of big, laying 4.5. The total in this game is 50.5. Should be a pretty entertaining game. Battle of undefeated team. No, Dallas is 2-1, but favored in this spot at home, coming off a really impressive win.
I've been incredibly impressed with the Cowboys.
Against Philly.
I've also been incredibly impressed with Carolina. That being said,
My Panthers.
I've seen Dallas play legitimate Super Bowl contending teams and hold their own. I've not seen Carolina do that. I've not seen Carolina probably play a playoff team yet. Is that right?
They beat the Jets, they beat the Texans, and they beat the Saints. So whatever you think of the Saints, I don't think the Saints are making the playoffs.
Maybe the Saints. Yeah, the Saints are borderline, but well, this will be it. Well, we're gonna see. We're gonna learn a lot about your Carolina Panthers here. It's gonna be
first big test.
I think
of the
a fun
season.
game. I don't know. The thing with Dallas is I've been really impressed with their defense. Surprisingly,
Dan Quinn.
They're very injured, and on top of that, going into
They're
the season,
front.
people just thought they weren't very good. But I don't know. They kind of get after it. They seem to be good in coverage. I don't have numbers to back that up, but 4.5 does seem big against an undefeated team. What is McCaffrey's status?
We don't know right now. I'm not sure if he practiced today on Wednesday. They were saying that it was a 1 to 3 week deal, so he's missed one. If I had to guess right now, I would say he doesn't play. I'm assuming he does not play.
Give me Dallas. I think they're a juggernaut. They're a dark horse Super Bowl contender, I think. Pretty dark horse, but I think they've got a shot to make a run. I think they're built for success. I love their offense as much as I love any offense in the NFL. I think the defense is more than capable of holding up enough for an offense of this caliber to win the game. 4.5 is a lot, but give me Dallas. I also kind of like the under here. I think both these defenses are a little underrated.
Okay.
50.5. I kind of like the under.
Okay. I'm going to surprise you.
You're going to take Dallas?
Also taking Dallas. I am operating under the assumption that McCaffrey doesn't play. We saw in the second half of that Thursday nighter last week. Before I move on to that, mention Thursday night. It is a team off a mini bye off a long week, playing a team off a short week on Monday. That's a little sketchy, but I'm still taking Dallas. I've been very impressed with their defense. Obviously, everything on their offense speaks for itself. Very concerned about McCaffrey being out. We saw their offense look pretty stagnant in the second half when he went out on Thursday against a pretty bad team. and very concerned that J.C. Horn, their first-round pick rookie, is out for probably the season. They just picked up C.J. Henderson from Jacksonville. I doubt he's integrated into the team in 3 days to make enough of an impact. Very worried about those two things.
C.J. Henderson, a cornerback.
Corner, yes. For those who do not know, J.C. Horn,
also
rookie of corner. Correct. Thank you. Those two players are out. Darnold looked real shaky without his safety valve and safety net of McCaffrey. I'll take Dallas. Don't. It doesn't bring me pleasure to say this, but I think my Panthers are going down this weekend.
I just don't see Carolina winning a lot of shootouts, especially without McCaffrey. Their weapons on the outside are fine, not great. I just don't think they're super explosive in the pass game, and I just don't see them being able to hold up in a shootout. But if they can kind of muck the game up, maybe. But Dallas looks so dominant running the ball as well. I feel like Dallas can play however you want them to play offensively.
Yeah,
there's
Dallas
really
so far
no great game plan.
Have been
for
very
them.
good at forcing turnovers, and we know Sam Darnold loves himself a turnover. I will side with Dallas here.
How about Dim Cowboys?
How about them Cowboys? You can talk a bit about this thing. I'm going to bring up our spreadsheet here and write down these picks.
Next pick, or next game, I should say. Tennessee -7, traveling to the Meadowlands to face America's team, the New York Jets.
America's team.
I don't have much to say about this game. This seems like the Jets should never be within a touchdown of any team they play that's not Jacksonville. So my lean here is Tennessee. I just don't think that Zach Wilson is any good. This is getting redundant week after week that I keep saying the same thing over and over again. But week after week, we go out there and we see that the same thing is true.
We've seen it twice so far this year. It is tough to score 0 in the NFL, and they just scored 0 against Denver. It's ugly. Still doesn't have a lot of his offensive line.
It's ugly. Their offensive game plan does not look good. It doesn't really look like they're doing him any favors. On top of that, obviously we know he doesn't have a lot of options to throw to. He doesn't have very dynamic weapons on any part of this offense. The offensive line is banged up. I feel bad for him. I don't know that you could pluck Patrick Mahomes, Tom Brady, Peyton Manning into this situation and they would succeed as a rookie. I think any quarterback ever at this age would fail. Maybe even any quarterback as a veteran would fail. It's a lose-lose.
Yeah, especially with the shambles of the offensive line. I mean, it's pretty brutal at this point. I will say,
all
Tennessee,
GMs out there,
Tennessee doesn't
get the rest of the team right before you get the quarterback.
Yeah.
Unless you're like, this is Peyton Manning. He's going to be Peyton Manning. He's going to be Tom Brady. I don't think Zach Wilson was that type of prospect. Good prospect, not that type of prospect.
Here's the catch-22 with that. A good enough roster doesn't get a pick that would result in a franchise-changing quarterback that often. But, yes, I agree. I see what you're saying.
I wonder if the Stafford situation is going to inspire teams to maybe think, let's get everything else built up, see if we can trade for, plug in a guy. But like we talked about last podcast, guys like that don't become available. But we just keep saying it with these rookie quarterbacks, and sometimes they work out. Maybe this probably was a scenario where letting him sit and letting Joe Flacco just get killed for 17 weeks was probably the move. But I don't know, man. That being said, taking Tennessee, no team should be within a touchdown favorite of this team. They should all be a bigger favorite unless you're Jacksonville, unless you're Houston. Give me Tennessee all day.
80% of the money's on Tennessee. The line has moved from plus 7.5 to 7. The old reverse line movement.
Interesting.
Reverse line movement here. A.J. Brown is going to miss this game with a hamstring injury. Julio Jones set out the fourth quarter last week. Questionable for this game. The Jets have been solid against the run, speaking of Derrick Henry. And Tennessee does not rush the passer well. So the Jets' biggest deficiency is they can't protect Zach Wilson.
he also just enjoys throwing it to the wrong team.
Yeah, he's
Whether that's
always under pressure.
Whether that's due to the pressure or he just flat out can't process, I don't know. Not watching Jets all 22.
I hate it, but I'm going to hold my nose and take the 7.
Okay. Have fun. Can't bring myself to do it. I respect it.
I understand.
Not going to do it.
Feels very public road favorite of 7 points. I don't know. Screams backdoor to me. It's not like the Tennessee defense is locking you down. I don't know. Screams backdoor cover to me.
Boy, it feels like any defense looks like the 85 Bears when they play the Jets.
It's true. It's been bad. So who have the Jets played? They played Carolina, who we think has a very good defense. They played the Broncos last week, who do have a good defense. And they played another game. Did they play the Patriots or something?
Yes, they played the Patriots. He threw 4 interceptions.
Who, have an okay defense, pretty solid defense. So this is the worst defense they've played for sure. We'll get hopefully a bit of a spark in the Jets. I hate it, but I'll take the 7 as a home dog.
You're a braver soul than I, my friend.
Cleveland should be a really good game here. Cleveland at Minnesota. Minnesota is a home dog. They're getting 2 points at home. Money split is about even thus far. The 1-2 Minnesota Vikings are probably better than that.
Are they the best 1-2 team in the NFL?
Probably better than that record. They've some bounces have not gone their way.
Chiefs probably the best 1-2 team in the NFL.
Yeah, probably so. Still a Super Bowl favorite, I would think. I don't know about this game. Feel free. The floor is yours here. I don't know.
Yeah.
On the one hand,
Cleveland's defense looked like the best defense in the league last week. I think that's more a product of how bad of an offensive line Chicago has and how poor of a game plan Matt Nagy drew up for that game. Minnesota's offense has looked very explosive. They've moved the ball against everybody they've played so far. I think it's going to be a fun game. I agree with you. I think it's going to be up and down, probably come down to the last second, as the line would indicate. I don't love taking the road favorite in a close game like this.
Thinking Dalvin Cook's going to be back. He practiced today. Other than that, no real injuries to speak of. Jarvis Landry will be out for Cleveland.
Landry's still out. He'll be out for a couple weeks.
Boy, very similar teams. It feels like Cleveland just does it a little bit better.
Cleveland's the better team, but they're on the road. They're just coming off a big win, maybe a little bit of a letdown spot for them. My heart wants to take Minnesota here, I think. It seems like they're due to be on the right side of one of these close games. I think I said that last week, too, and they weren't again.
No, they won. They kicked the shit out of Seattle.
Yeah. I'm thinking, yes, you're correct.
The week before was a close game that they lost to Arizona.
Yeah. Give me the Vikings here.
Okay.
I don't like it at all. Don't have a good read on that one. I don't have a good feel for any of these games, really. It's
I don't know.
Tough
I'm going
week.
to take. I still haven't put in my pick yet. I will also I'll take the better team in my eyes. I'll take the Cleveland Browns in this spot. Don't love it either, though. Washington travels to Atlanta. Atlanta opened as a 1-point favorite. The line has swung in the favor of the football team. They are now a 1.5-point favorite themselves. The total's 48. Finally got a Falcons game right last week. I picked them. They won on the road against the Giants, who could be firing their coach soon. I think this is our best buy low spot on the football team. And the Falcons are off their first win. Boy, Taylor Heineke, though.
God, he sucks.
Boy.
God, does he suck.
Yeah, he's just not very good, huh?
No, he's just not a starting NFL quarterback. I hate to break it to him, but he's just not.
Huh.
Man,
Boy,
I
the
kind of
Falcons
like it.
stink, though.
Yeah, I think the football team might just stink. They might just be gigantic
Boy, they've been
frauds. They
big
took
disappointment.
advantage of a bad division in which they won, 7 games last year?
I
They
think
were
so.
7-9 and made the playoffs. It's not like they were a great team last year. I don't really.
Did that win that division?
Yeah, 7-9 won the division. I'm pretty sure.
Gross. I guess Dak got hurt.
Maybe I think 7-9, or was it the day 7-8-1? Maybe did they have a tie? I don't remember. Yeah, they were 7-9, won the division last year. I think People have that game where they sort of gave the Buccaneers a good game in the playoffs, but not really.
Right. They kind of like, I think they
kinda have that
backdoor
in their
covered
head.
maybe.
Boy,
If there's one, Matt Ryan is just a statue back there. They could just tee off on him all night.
man, they're not getting home at all against anybody, which is one of the bigger surprises of the entire season.
Yeah.
Until they get home, oh, God.
Don't do it.
Oh, God.
I think, I'm not certain, but I think Washington is getting Curtis Samuel back in this game.
Mm-hmm.
Another
I don't
weapon
care.
on the fast track.
I don't care who he's throwing to. You got any public money?
It's pretty
numbers?
split.
Pretty split.
Atlanta is getting 53% right now.
Ugh.
They're both 1-2 teams against the spread. Washington's 0-3. Atlanta is 1-2. They got their first win last week.
Give me Washington, I guess.
Yeah, I really hate it. It makes me puke in my mouth a little bit, but I too.
Yeah, some good games. A lot of bad games.
Washington, lots of bad games.
A lot of bad games.
Another bad game. Another big road favorite. The Chiefs travel to Philly off an ass beating on Monday night. Philly is getting 7 points at home. It opened at 5.5, and I think after the Monday nighter when they got embarrassed by Dallas, it shot up to a touchdown. 73% of the money currently is on the road favorite Kansas City Chiefs, who themselves are off a loss. They just lost to division rival Los Angeles Chargers. The total's 54.5 in this game. I'm pretty sure I know where you're going. And I mean, think
obviously,
I'm with you.
Yeah, my heart's going to say Kansas City here. Philly looks so bad. I don't see a remedy. I don't think that was like we had a bad week. I think I've been saying it all year, they're not good.
Kansas City is 0-3 against the spread this year. They are like 1-13-1 in their last like however many games, 15 games against the spread. They just don't cover. They're just perpetually overvalued. People want to bet on the Chiefs, so they hang huge numbers, and they never cover.
This feels like Vegas is maybe getting to the point where like people know this now. We're bringing it.
But off that,
say the Kansas City wins last week. What is this number, you think? 13, 10?
Nah, probably not that much. But it's
11 and a
probably
half,
like
12?
10.
I'm going to take there's no shot you're going to convince me to take Philly in the spot. I understand those numbers. I understand those statistics. I just can't see a way that Philly keeps this game within a touchdown.
If Philly was healthy, I think I would, similar to the Jets, just hold my nose and take the 7 at home. But Mailata is out. Their offensive lineman. I'm not sure. Brandon Brooks is out. I think Lane Johnson is on the injury report. I mean, Dallas just ran it down their throat. It was so brutal.
I think Kansas City is going to be able to do whatever they want.
Their secondary is really injured too.
Kansas City, they kind of lost. They kind of lost that game last week. They sort of blew it. They had the game sort of won. They made 2 egregious turnovers. Otherwise, I think they sort of handle that game and get it done fairly easily. Give me Kansas City here. Give me the Chiefs. Let's not hit the panic button yet.
Yeah, Andy Reid off a loss. All the 1-2 get right spot.
Is he going to be back? Is he going to coach
I think he's
this
fine.
week?
Yeah, he. For those that didn't see, I think he made a visit to the hospital after the game. I'm not sure what was wrong.
He had an illness of some
I believe
kind.
he was back at practice.
Not COVID.
This week. Yeah, I guess I'll just take them too. I just hate how banged up the Eagles are. But wouldn't be shocked if this back door was open late in the game either. All right. Ooh, real stinker here too.
Mm-hmm.
Lions at Bears. Division matchup. It opened 3.5, but now it's down to 3. The Bears are favored at home. Right now, the road team, the Detroit Lions, are getting 65% of the money, which is a pretty substantial amount this early in the week. The total is 42. How are we feeling about this? We don't know the quarterback situation yet. Currently, Matt Nagy, I don't know if you saw, he gave up play calling duties.
Again?
No longer calling plays.
Again? Why did he ever take him back?
I guess. I don't know. New season, new him, dude.
Apparently not.
It wasn't.
No, apparently not.
Mm-mm.
I mean, that's so funny to me. Like, you're not going to fire him. He's just basically telling you, guys, I can't do this. I'm no good at this job.
You hired him to do the offensive stuff, and now he's like
well,
someone else can do it.
Not very good at that. I like Detroit here. I think Chicago's morale has to be at an all-time low. I don't know this.
We
for
don't know
a
who's
fact.
starting.
No, we don't know who the quarterback's going to be.
It's
going to
be
that affects the entire team.
It's going to be Fields or Dalton. Dalton practiced limited this today, Wednesday, and Fields practiced in full. So we don't know. Nagy keeps saying if Dalton's healthy, he's going to start. I don't know who's starting.
Maybe that's smart. I mean, if he's going to coach the way he coached and they're going to run the type of offense they ran last week, it's smart to not play Fields because you're going to break him. You're going to absolutely ruin him. I like Detroit here. I like Detroit to win the game.
Respect to this Lions bunch. Playing hard. As we
Yeah,
thought, the
they're
coach,
playing hard.
the
They're
rah
behind
rah
the
coach.
Chicago, the exact opposite end of the spectrum. I think this could be the week that Matt Nagy hits the road.
There was whispers if they lose to the Lions.
I think they're gonna. I think it's more in my brain. I want to see Justin Fields be great. Get this guy out of here. Roar, Lions.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I have
Lions
much else to
aren't
say.
that bad.
No, they've been
They're
really,
not good
really
by any
competitive.
means.
Very competitive.
They're not that bad.
Very competitive.
They're not
team.
as bad as those 3 bottom tier teams.
No, really been impressed with how they've played with teams late into games. Yeah, it has to be Detroit. I mean, the Bears feel like just a rudderless ship at this point. It feels real dark over there. You can't imagine they're going to come out and have any sort of fire and any belief in this coach. It feels, I think, obviously we have no way of knowing this, but it feels like the rumblings are starting. It feels like maybe in the locker room they say it might be close. Why are we playing for this guy? What's the point? This dude can't hack it straight up.
Yeah.
And I think they lose, and I think that he's gone. I think he's fired.
It could be worst case scenario things for fans, and he
See-
goes out there and they win by 28 points, and they're like, Matt Nagy's our guy.
So back.
Super Bowl's back on.
Coach of the year. People forget that.
Yeah, Coach of the Year. I'm going to err on the side that doesn't happen. I'm going to take the Detroit Lions probably to win the game.
Yeah, we'll see how long. We mentioned in the preseason show that a rah-rah coach, hard-ass coach, can get guys to play, especially early in the season, play hard for them. We'll see. They are 0-3. We'll see if they're like
They'll run out of
1-8.
steam soon. I
We'll
don't
see.
think this week is
We'll
the
see
week,
how
though.
long that message hits home.
Mm-hmm.
But I think we're still there. They've been really competitive, and I think that they can win the game on the field. The Giants travel to New Orleans. First game back in the Superdome. They are laying 7.5 back in the Superdome. The total very low for as big of a spread. As we're looking at here, the total is 42. Right now, 60% of the money is on the New Orleans Saints. They just played the Patriots, right?
Mm-hmm. Beat them handily in
Yep.
Foxborough.
Got a gift interception for a touchdown that really propelled them, but really controlled most of the game there.
Never in doubt.
No. 7.5 seems big. I don't know why. I mean, it is the first game back in the Superdome. That might have a little juice behind it.
I'll never bet against the Saints in this spot coming back after a hurricane to the Superdome. I'll never do it in my life. I don't care who they're playing. I don't care what the number is. I'm taking New Orleans. New Orleans by $1 billion. New Orleans by $1 billion. New Orleans by $1 billion. Speaking of rudderless loser teams, New York Giants, similar boat. Those guys stink. They hate their coach. They don't want to show up and play every week. Jameis is going to have a good week. The defense is going to be buzzing. Daniel Jones is going to fumble 2 to 3 times.
Over under 1.5 fumbles for Daniel Jones.
I'm hitting the over there. I'm going to go 3 turnovers for Daniel Jones. New Orleans by 17 points.
Well said. I think if it was any other spot, if it was 2 weeks from now, I would probably take the Giants. But coming home from Hurricane Ida, place is going to be jumping.
Saints
Jumping.
by $1 billion.
Yeah, and this is not, oh man, fucking Giants just walking into a buzzsaw. They just lost at home to the Falcons. Like, fucking figure it out.
If they can't win that game,
You
they can't
stink.
win any.
Joe Judge, you're fired.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take New Orleans as well.
Him and Matt Nagy. I hope you like Saskatoon this time of year.
Yeah.
It's real nice.
Yeah, can't wait to be special teams coordinator for Bama soon.
Yeah.
Call me. Arizona. I think we're into the afternoon slate. So The 12 o'clock slate kind of sucks. Let's get into some good games, though. We're going NFC West for a couple here, divisional matchups. Arizona travels to the Rams. The Rams open as a 6-point favorite, down to 4.5 already, though. Money count's about split on this game. Total's 55. Should be a fun one. Not sure where I'm going here. My snap call was in the division here to take the Cardinals, maybe. Could be just a high-scoring back-and-forth game. But, man, it is difficult to step in front of the Rams buzzsaw right now.
Rams are playing the best football in the National Football League as it currently stands. Arizona not far behind, though. Arizona also playing an exceptional brand of football. I think we're going to have ourselves a very good game here.
Who do they play in Week 1, the Cardinals?
Tennessee.
Okay, kick the shit out of them. Should have lost, had a field goal missed against the Vikings.
As we said earlier,
Beat
Minnesota,
Jacksonville.
not bad.
Beat Jacksonville.
Barely, kind of.
Yeah,
so
an ugly Jacksonville game.
3-0. I think
not
we
the
can all agree they're a
strongest.
pretty good team.
Not the strongest
Certainly
resume.
on the undefeated team's power rankings, they're not particularly high in that regard. But a very good team nonetheless. I think there's no denying that. That being said, I think the Rams right now, as it currently stands, are the best team in the NFL. Currently, give me the Rams here. I like the Rams. Give me the Rams.
Yeah, they've been. I think Henderson's going to be back in the backfield for the Rams. Outside of that, I don't.
Cliff Kingsbury's a Sean McVay wannabe. He might just, go down and get down on his knees, Wayne's World style. We're not worthy. We're not worthy. He wants to be Sean McVay so goddamn bad. Sean McVay, better coach, obviously. Probably wishes he was as tall as Cliff Kingsbury. So, they both got some mutual respect for each other in that sense.
Yeah.
That tangent, Rams. Say that to say Rams.
You say that to say. Okay, I'm going Rams. I, too, am going to go with the Rams. As long as they're healthy, I think it's difficult to step in front of that team right now and take those points. I, too, will go with the Rams.
Especially on the road.
Minus 4.5, yeah.
In L.A.
It is a letdown spot, though. That was they wanted that game.
Mm-hmm.
They wanted that game so bad last week. McVay, they got Tampa missed a field goal, and McVay went ballistic on the sideline. They wanted that game really, really bad. It is definitely a letdown spot, but hopefully
Here's the thing.
division game they
With
can get
the
back up
letdown
for
spot, there's less game planning that goes into a team that you've already faced twice a year for however long.
Yeah.
That being said, of all the players that are very hard to game plan for, Kyler Murray is one of the toughest in the league to do so with.
Yeah.
He's a guy that you really almost can't game plan for because he's so dynamic in so many ways. He's electric with the ball in his hands. Maybe I'm talking myself into Arizona here. Not going to bet against the Rams until they prove me wrong. Well, they proved me wrong. Yeah, they proved me wrong last week because I bet on Tampa.
Who you taking?
I picked Tampa. God fucking damn it, I'm taking the Rams.
All right. Well, you're talking in circles. You're trying to you talked yourself in and out of both teams
Folks,
twice.
That's a little look into my brain.
That's analysis right there.
That's a little look into the Tasmanian devil
Flip the top on
fucking tumbleweed that goes on in my brain when I try to pick these games. It's a beautiful mind in there.
I wrote down Arizona. That's not what we're doing.
You might be cheating. I'm not seeing you writing down these picks. You could be fucking me.
You have your picks here. Don't watch the tape, dude. Watch the tape. We're both taking the Rams, minus 4.5. Seattle travels to San Francisco. San Francisco's laying 2.5 at home. The total's 52. Seattle stinks.
Yeah, they might stink.
I'm saying it. They stink.
That defense is brutal.
Brutal. Russ running for his life. What a shock.
Yeah. We've said it from day one on this podcast. You win football games in the trenches. They're as bad as any team in the NFL in the trenches. Between those hashes, they're not very talented.
Take away Russ, it is one of the worst teams in the league.
Carson Lockett and Metcalf, very good playmakers offensively. I think a lot of teams would like to have any one of those guys.
Whatever. They've got no offensive line. They can't.
I know what you're saying, but you can't say take away, and they've got 3 other All-Pros on offense. But obviously, it's hard for those guys to be effective when there's no offensive line.
Correct.
Russ is what makes it work. You have to have a mobile quarterback that's a crazy improviser and insanely good at reading defenses while being harassed.
I'm taking San Francisco here, and I think I really like it.
I really like it too.
I think I really like it. What number would this be if Aaron Rodgers didn't drive 50 yards in 30 seconds and
probably
win that game?
4.5.
Yeah, well, I mean,
probably 3.5.
Then they're undefeated.
I think similarly, I don't know that Joe Public, he likes to bet on Seattle. You like to bet on the quarterback. You like to bet on Russ. I think they get a little value in that way in people's minds. Just trying to get in the mind of a bookmaker, which is stupid to even try to do. But, again, with this line, I think it should be bigger. I think you and I both agree on that. I think the fact that Seattle at one point has been a Super Bowl team and they sort of have the same guys. They still have like Bobby Wagner and Russ and Pete Carroll.
Is Cam Chancellor still there?
People in their Bryans
Richard
are
Sherman?
like, yeah, Seattle pretty good still.
Legion of Boom.
No, they're not still good. They're bad now. San Francisco at home. They really wanted to win in their first game at San Fran. They're going to get it this week.
In contention for
49ers.
Super Lock for me. In contention.
Yeah, it's on my short list as well.
I'm taking San Francisco. I mean, say what you want about Garoppolo. He hasn't looked great. He won the game. He drove down the field and won the game in the last minute and a half of that game.
Jimmy Garoppolo was clutch. I will give him that.
Rodgers just did it back to him.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
did it right back in his stupid face.
Yeah, and they kicked a field goal and beat him. I mean, you can't take it away from him. He made the plays. He drove him down and won that game. And then, he didn't. You gave up 2 25-yard passes to Devontae Adams. Who would you throw it to if you were the Packers and needed to drive the full field? Randall Cobb.
Geronimo Allison still there?
I don't think so.
Sterling Sharp?
No. Donald Driver, probably. Get him open.
Greg Jennings.
Yeah.
On a broken leg, though. Against Darren Sharper.
I got to do this shit for my team,
One of the hardest hit safeties in the league,
my legs broke, but I got to do this shit for my team.
do this shit for my team. Put the team on my back, though.
Yeah, so anyways, I'm taking...
Speaking of Seattle, hold my dick.
Yeah, I'll take San Francisco. I think it should be 3 or 3.5, and I'll probably be betting on it. One of the biggest matchups of the afternoon slate, Baltimore travels to Denver, undefeated Denver. The Broncos, on first look, I thought, oh, interesting, getting some respect. They're a 1-point favorite against Baltimore. Baltimore, however, is getting 61% of the money. The total's 45. You're kind of the Broncos guy. What do you think?
I kind of am. I've loved them every single week. This is the first, basically, real NFL team they've played this year.
Yeah.
They
beat the Jets, the Giants,
and the Jags.
Yikes.
So
3 of the bottom 5 teams in the league.
Basically, you got your college football FCS game 3 weeks in a row. Is essentially the NFL equivalent of that.
Yeah, we smashed Nicholls State. Sorry, Nicholls. No, drop the state. Respectfully.
I don't know what to think of this game because, like we've talked about, I don't know what to think of Denver. Maybe they're just good enough to beat these bad teams. I don't know if they're really a dynamic team. They haven't really had to show what they look like under adversity. They haven't really had to do much of anything in any of these games. It's been incredibly easy. They can almost play these games on autopilot, not to take anything away from them. Baltimore is a completely different beast. A team that you do have to game plan for extensively.
Are they? They're banged up.
They're
not last year's Baltimore.
No, they're not last year's Baltimore, but they're not the fucking Giants or the Jags or the Jets.
They're for sure better than them.
Lamar Jackson by himself on any team is a more difficult task than that.
The Lions had him beat. The Lions beat him.
Lions are plucky.
And now they're playing Denver.
The Lions are plucky.
They're playing Teddy Covers. I love Denver.
I kind of like Baltimore a lot. I
love Denver in this spot. Really love the defense. Teddy Covers. Not going to make mistakes. That Baltimore defense reeks. It's bad. It's not what you think it is. They're injured.
Why'd they beat Kansas City?
It was their Super Bowl. They needed it. Here's another thing. Kansas City, their defense stinks. Maybe they're not that good. They're 1-2. They have the best player in the league, and at maybe 3 positions, and that's it. Maybe they stink.
I think I'm just playing devil's advocate here in my head. I'm trying to pick Baltimore. I'm not gonna. I'm picking Denver again. I've picked them every single week. I'm going to keep riding them. I'll probably do the vaunted Denver in the under again. I've done it every single week. Folks,
Cash
it's
in
hit
it.
every single week.
Teddy Bridgewater is better than people think he is. He's a good quarterback. He is an insane rate covering games.
We say this every single week. Spready Bridgewater.
I'm going to keep riding him.
Yeah,
I think
I agree with you. I like Denver. They're underrated because they're not a sexy team by any means. They don't have a lot of big names. So I think they get underlooked. Yeah, at home. Elevation.
Mile high. People forget that.
Elevation. You ever think about that?
Man,
yeah, I like Denver there.
I'm scared of how much I like Denver. I think
like
their
Denver
defense is going to be able to, kind of like Detroit did, kind of hem in the run game, keep him in the pocket. And I think they beat him. I think they go 4-0. Pittsburgh. Stinky Pittsburgh travels to Green Bay. Green Bay is a 6.5-point favorite. Green Bay, unsurprisingly, after the performance that Pittsburgh threw out there, is getting 75% of the money. The total's 45.5. Boy, does Ben Roethlisberger look cooked.
He's the worst starting quarterback in the NFL as it stands. As sad as that is to say, he's completely
I'm not
done.
sad. Fuck him.
Yeah. I could make a joke, inappropriate. I'm not going to say it. I'm a bigger man than that. I'm not going to bring up his sexual harassment. I'm too big of a man to bring that up. I would never.
Why would you bring that up?
I'm not going to bring it up.
You would never.
I think Green Bay eviscerates them. I think Pittsburgh's defense has not looked great. That was the one thing after week one. They were like, well, at least they got a good defense. They can hang tight with teams.
Very injured.
They're very injured. They're big names. Like Watt basically is sort of the fulcrum that the whole defense rotates on. If he's not getting to the quarterback, everything else kind of goes haywire, as is the case with basically any NFL defense at this point.
Very important.
If you're not getting after the quarterback, you're basically totally fucked. These guys are too good. They when they have time, they're just going to make the right decisions. They're just going to deliver the ball on time. I love Green Bay here. The fact that I'm getting under 7, it should be
feels wrong.
It should
feels
be more
fishy.
Taking Green Bay. I could be wrong. There's no shot that you're gonna have me.
I'm not betting on Ben
Roethlisberger. At this stage.
The old. I'm not going to bed with 6.5 and Ben Roethlisberger in my pocket. Not doing it. No chance. I'm taking Green Bay too. Green Bay looks pretty good. We just talked about San Francisco. What would this line be if they had lost that game? They didn't drive down and they lost that game. Would it be about this? How is it different? I mean,
I don't know. It would be that different because Pittsburgh looks so shitty. They look so shit. I mean, maybe it'd be like 4.5 instead. I don't know. Probably be 4.5, I guess. I don't know.
I'm not taking Roethlisberger against any team right now. As we said, one of the worst quarterbacks in the league, the worst in our opinion, non-rookie quarterback. Hey, go back and watch the Week 3 recap show. We talked about the worst non-rookies in the league. Spoiler: Ben Roethlisberger on the list. He reeks. I'll take Green Bay.
Game of the week.
And
the game we've been looking forward to for a year and a half.
You will too?
Yeah. Up next, the game we've been looking forward to for a year plus.
Actually.
Since last summer, since the day that Tom Brady decided to sign with the Buccaneers. The game that we've all been waiting for, back in Foxborough. The first time I saw that Adele commercial, at first I sort of laughed and giggled. I was like, this is fucking stupid. But then it enthralled me. It washed over me, and awesome. I got goosebumps.
Me too, dude.
On the surface, if you told me like the idea for that commercial, I'd be like, that's fucking dumb. But then I watched it, I'm like, oh my God.
That fucking look that he gives in the tunnel at the end of that is incredible.
Yeah.
The commercial, fucking home run.
Woo!
So good.
So good.
The GOAT is going home. If you don't know what we're talking about, Tampa Bay goes to Foxborough. They played the Patriots. Tom Brady going back to Foxborough for the first time.
He can set the all-time passing yards, or he will. Can he also set the all-time touchdowns?
I don't know about that.
I thought he was like within 3 of that.
He might be.
Let me take a look.
Take a look real quick. He's under 100 yards from breaking the all-time.
So I mean, that's just going to happen.
Record. That's going to happen probably in the first half. I'm telling you, I'm glad that you said that, because when I saw that commercial, I thought it was so cool.
For the first 15 seconds, I'm like,
this
is a little much. And then they got me. Hook, line, and sinker. It washed over me. It washed over
I
me.
agree. It was so good.
And I've seen it since then. It gives me goosebumps every time. I've seen it 5 or 6 times now. It gives me goosebumps every single time. It's so good. Tom Brady already is the all-time passing touchdowns leader, so
Good call.
he is going to continue to set the
He'll
record. He
continue
will expand upon it.
Each one he throws
Um,
Anyways, outside of the theatrics and the et ceteras, what do you think about the game? I mean, on the surface, you think they're just going to beat the absolute shit out of them.
Tampa Bay is obviously a far superior team to this Patriots group. That being said, if you don't think Bill's going to have some fucking shit up his sleeve in this
Like
game,
what?
I don't know. I don't know, Wes. I'm not a football coach.
You think Tom Brady's going to be like, whoa?
I don't know. Maybe Tom Brady's
Well, they're
going to be
gonna
like,
put
you're thinking that I'm thinking what you're thinking that I'm thinking. Bill's going to be like, well, I'm thinking
they're
what
going to
you're
put a
thinking, what
fucking
you're thinking, what I'm
12th guy
thinking.
out there?
I don't know, Wes. I'm just saying. He's the best coach of all time. You can't discount that. You can't totally throw it out.
Does he play?
No, he doesn't play. So you don't think the play calling and
I'll
the
take
game
the players.
plans do anything? They
I'll
have
take the
no
players.
effect.
I think the
You don't
players
think that
are
Bill
way better. I think he had Tom Brady. What did he do last season?
Got to have a quarterback.
How's he doing? Yeah. Still don't have one.
7's a lot of points.
Ass beating.
7's a lot of
A
points.
lot of distractions, though.
He gets that thing, and his family comes out on the field, and they stop the whole game, and he waves to the crowd, and then they go back and play. I don't know. I could see them keeping it close. It seems like cosmically, like the football gods will not let this game be a blowout. I don't know how it's going to happen. I don't know why it's going to happen, but my heart of hearts tells me that it will be a one-score game. I don't know why. I don't know what's going to happen in the game. I don't know. I don't know. I can't explain it. I don't have any sound football analysis that backs up my point.
So you're taking +7?
I'm
have
leaning.
to at this point.
I'm leaning. I don't know.
It didn't end well in New England. He is going to shove it up that ass. He's going to beat the brakes off of the New England Patriots. Fuck them.
You're right. Tampa Bay -7. You're absolutely
What about
right.
Bill?
Bill's a great coach.
Bill was going to play. You said Bill was going to play corner. They're going to keep it
Bill's
close.
the best coach to ever do it. There's no denying that.
You gotta have the bullets to load the gun, baby.
Yeah.
He just doesn't have the players.
You're right. I do like their defense. They have a good defense.
Gilmore's out.
Yeah. You're right. Tampa Bay. You're right, Wes. God damn, get off my ass.
Well, you tried to spin. I mean, I get it.
What
but
do we
like,
want? Just like, Tampa Bay.
Well,
I'm trying to spice it up
if
for
it's
the people.
Dude, don't be disingenuous
I'm
over
trying
here.
to fucking get my Stephen A. Smith on over here. I'm trying to make it spicy.
To make a case, I mean, yeah, that's the only.
Here's the other thing.
To make a case,
I'm praying it's a close game.
I
want
want
it to be a close game.
Dude, fuck Bill Belichick. I hope they kick the
Blowouts
shit
are
out
not
of.
fun to watch.
Sure.
I didn't enjoy watching that game on Monday night. It was one of the worst football games I've ever seen. It stinks. It's not fun to watch.
Yeah.
It would be very fun if Tom Brady led a 2-minute drive to shove it up Bill Belichick's ass.
That would be fun.
That would be incredible.
Can't deny that.
It would be much better than if you beat him by 70 points.
I think that would also. Don't be like 13. Like beat him by like 34 or like 3 at the end of the game.
I kind of want to take New England. I'm not going to.
Take New England then.
No, I'm not going to.
Have your own brain.
No.
To build a case for your side, 85% of the money's on Tampa, obviously. The line is moving that way. It opened like 5 or 5.5, and now it's up to 7. The total is 49. I mean, it screams New England as far as like signs of odds making, etc. Huge road favorite, getting every dollar imaginable.
It's going to go up a half point probably. Bet it now.
It's already going up.
But I mean, it's going to go past 7.
Yeah, probably.
You want to get it now.
Probably so. I'm taking Tampa. I think they run it up their ass. Just me. Could be wrong. Maybe Bill is a sorcerer.
Kind of is.
I don't know, man. I just don't think they got the dogs. Are you taking New England or are you taking Tampa?
Taking Tampa.
God, you're such a lemming. You're such a fish. Talked you right into it. Monday nighter. This could be fun. Las Vegas goes to L.A. to face the Chargers. It opened 3. It's now 3.5. The Chargers off an impressive win against Kansas City.
On the road.
No.
In Arrowhead, right? Yeah, it was for sure at Arrowhead.
Was it?
Yeah.
Great win.
Pretty sure.
3-0 Raiders coming to L.A. The total is 52.5. I have a pretty strong lean in this game. How are you feeling about this game?
I'm surprised you have a very strong lean in this game. I think it's going to be an awesome game. I'm hoping it's going to be an awesome game. I think both these offenses are high-powered, going to see a lot of balls thrown far and hopefully caught by the offensive player. That would be fun. That is fun to watch. I don't love the hook, so my lean here is Vegas. Also, Chargers, again, off of sort of similar to what the Ravens did against Detroit, kind of coming off what was essentially sort of their Super Bowl, one of their biggest games of the year, one of the ones they've had circled all year. Could be a little bit of a letdown spot for the Chargers.
Yeah, I guess I shouldn't say I have a super strong take. If it was 3, I would, because I like the Chargers. 3.5 is a little sketchy. I've just been really impressed. Very impressed with the coach. Very impressed with Herbert and the rest of the team. Defense looks good. Kind of bend, don't break, keep everything in front of you, make them make mistakes type of stuff. I just think that they're better quarterback, better coach. Like the star power on defense, hopefully make a play and cover this number. Yeah, I think it'll be really fun. Pretty high scoring. Yeah, I like the Chargers.
I like Vegas just because of the half point. I think these teams are about as evenly matched as any two teams in the NFL. I think they're very close to each other in terms of talent, coaching staff, etc. As we've noted, I think Justin Herbert and Derek Carr?
Yep.
Not David Carr. Derek Carr.
Derek.
Are both borderline top 10 quarterbacks. If I were to rank them, they would rank very close to one another.
Disagree, but reasonable.
How? What do you have Justin Herbert like 7th and Derek Carr like 10th?
Yeah, it's not that far away. But
So, you know what I mean.
I would prefer Justin Herbert, but sure, it's
Point
fair.
stands.
It's fair.
They're different quarterbacks. At this, and also projecting forward, obviously you rather have Justin Herbert, but at this stage in both their careers, very close. I like the Raiders just because of the half point. They're very evenly matched teams. I think this number should probably be 2.5 or 3 in my eyes. I think it's going to be a one-possession game. For that reason, I will be selecting the Las Vegas Raiders to cover the 3.5 points.
All right. We'll start with Survivor. I think we both are on the same page here.
We're both going to take the Bills. Say someone else took the Bills. What would your next pick be? Because obviously that's the easy one.
I'm
sure some people have taken have taken the Bills already
possibly,
in one of these games.
Possibly. You're not going to get a bigger spread in favor of the Bengals all year if you want to maybe try to burn them.
That is one that I'm looking at that I really like. The Bengals. That's one of the best spots you're going to get.
That's
them in
what you have
season.
to consider is because hopefully you're using half the league. You hopefully you make it really deep into this, and
you want to pick on these shitty teams.
There's never going to be a better spot for the Bengals, but it's kind of a weird.
Tennessee, similar situation there. Although they will play Jacksonville down the road.
Yeah, I don't like that.
So that's a better spot. But
it wouldn't drop my jaw if the Jets beat them.
Yeah, they're not the best team.
On the road, there's just no reason to.
Kansas City's a big spread, not the spot I want to take them in.
Me either.
There's for sure going to be way better spots.
There's no
to
reason
take
to use a road team. There's not a reason
way better
at all.
spots. New Orleans, I don't love just because they have a lot of variance on that team, a lot of different outcomes.
Jameis
potentially
just loves losing himself a game on his own.
Yeah, he really does. Again, Tampa, obviously, weird circumstance in that game. Don't love taking them.
Me either.
So I'm thinking either Cincinnati or I don't hate Green Bay. I don't love Green Bay, but I don't hate Green Bay either. Those would be the two that I'm targeting.
Maybe. I don't love Green Bay.
I don't see him losing to the worst quarterback in the NFL.
I think
could happen.
I think the Saints would be my second choice, I guess. I just don't see them losing that game. And then I guess the Bengals, and I just don't think they're a good enough team.
Well, you think Tampa Bay's going to win by 100?
To know. Yeah, I mean, I think so. But it's just on the road. I think that's unnecessary. I think Buffalo's the pick.
If you didn't take Buffalo already, take Buffalo. Don't overthink it.
Yeah, I agree 100%. Any leans for Super Lock of the week? You're 2-1. I'm 1-2. How are we feeling?
It's a tough week.
I do have a lean. So I don't hate in consideration. I have actually Miami, who you're on the other side of. It's in consideration, but it is a backup quarterback, so I don't love it. I don't hate and I think this is where I'm going to go, the 49ers, I think, might be my super lock.
I also like that pick. I like that pick a lot. Seattle, candy ass.
I don't love what I've seen from Seattle, and that front for San Francisco should annihilate their offensive line. Nothing else really sticks out. Don't hate Denver. I just don't love jumping in front of Baltimore on a super lock type play. I think I'm going to go with San Francisco. What say you?
I hate to take a fairly big number.
Why?
For a super lock.
Why?
Just because it's a lot of points. For a super lock, it's easier to win a bet that you have to win by fewer points. That's just maths. That being said,
typically there'd be a reason for that larger number. Who do you like?
We're taking the Hurricane Ida game. We're taking the fucking Saints. Minus
Really?
7.5.
All right.
At home against the Giants. I also considered Cincinnati because I really think Jacksonville stinks. I just don't know enough about Cincinnati.
I just don't know
yet.
how good they are, right?
Don't know enough about them yet.
Even the survivor pick, I just don't. I mean, if they lost to Jacksonville, I wouldn't be stunned. I don't think they are.
Yeah.
But they're not. I don't think they're good enough to.
I also considered Tennessee. I just like picking on these bad teams, man. These bad teams, they're bad. That's the thing about the bad teams. They're not good teams.
Yeah. Check this out. They're bad.
Folks, yeah, give me NOLA minus 7.5 at home against the G-Men.
All right, that'll conclude another picks week.
Another riveting episode,
folks. We're just dropping sharp plays and analysis all over the board. I mean, what more could you want? A couple guys over 500. I haven't lost a week yet. You had one losing week. Over 500 for the year. Shit's easy.
If you want to win money, tail us.
Cut to next week.
They were no longer
we come
over
humbly,
500.
And
yeah, we opened up a Patreon. We need money to pay our rent.
We're broke.
So that link's going to be in the description.
Gamble responsibly.
Yeah, responsibly. Tail all our picks. Within your means.
Anything else you want to live react to the Tom Brady commercial? You want to sing some Adele on the way out? What do you want to do on the way out?
Yeah, sure.
Just end it?
Throw it up. We got to take advantage of this this royalty free.
Yeah. I don't even know what to search.
Adele Tom Brady commercial would probably get it done. Is it that second thing?
What?
Yep, that's it.
Is this it?
Yep. It's me.
Dude, I'm fired up. I'm irrationally fired up.
Oh.
Hanging banners.
Yes,
Nice cut in the tunnel to the Brady in the Bucks jersey. What kind of reception do you think he's gonna get? I mean, there's only
raucous cheering.
Yeah, it's
blow the roof off the place. Like,
yeah, it's gonna be
as loud a cheer as you can possibly imagine.
Man, the fucking shit is great. The big exhale in the tunnel is so great. They did such a good job on it. I'm fired up. Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be nothing but just a King's return.
They might cheer every time he scores a touchdown. To be honest with you,
they might.
They might boo Mac Jones.
Can Brady play all-time quarterback?
Yeah,
that'd be fun. Who'd win?
Yeah, you'd have to be a special kind of asshole to boo Tom Brady.
Yeah, I mean, how dare you?
Yeah,
where do you get off? No chance. All right,
go.
Enjoy the week. Good luck on your picks.
See you next week, motherfuckers.
Like, comment, subscribe. See you next week.
Bye.